Hello friend, welcome to the class MEC First subject CHO 150, that is organic chemistry, and today's our chapter for discussion is stereochemistry, which is the chapter number 3. Up to the BSc level, all we know that what is the stereochemistry. Stereochemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of compounds with its three-dimensional arrangement in the space. So, friend, stereochemistry is very important subject because many number of reaction give us the stereoisomers as their product. So, firstly, if we understood the definition of stereochemistry, it gives us information that stereochemistry is nothing but the study of three-dimensional orientation of that molecule in the space. In this chapter, one very important term is the isomer. What is isomer? Isomers are the compounds which having same molecular formula but different properties, different structure. In that, the different properties will be either physical properties or chemical properties or both. Simply, the definition of isomer is the two or more compounds which having same molecular formula but different structural formula, and due to this different structural formula, due to this different structure, these compounds, these isomers show us different chemical properties or physical properties or both. Isomers are divided in number of types. On board here I am drawing one tree diagram which gives us the types of isomer. See here, mainly isomers has two types. The one is the stereoisomers and another is the structural isomers or constitutional isomers. Structural isomer, firstly, if we focus on the structural isomer or constitutional isomer, it gives three types: positional isomer, functional group isomer, and chain isomer. Friend, in BSc we have studied this structural isomer. In structural isomer, the positional isomer, functional group isomer, and chain isomers are the types which depends on the various properties. Firstly, if we see here the positional isomer, if any functional group, if there are two compounds which having same functional group, but this same functional group attached to the various position to the chain, then there will be formation of a positional isomer. Another one is the functional group isomer. In this case, there are two or more compounds which having same molecular formula but having different functional group. These are called as a functional group isomer. And the last one is the chain isomer. In chain isomer, these compounds having same molecular formula but having different structure of the chain. These are structural isomers are not the part of our syllabus in this course. So we have to focus now stereoisomer, because stereoisomerism is a part of our syllabus. See here, stereoisomers are divided into two types. The one is the conformational isomer and the second one is the conformational isomer. If we see here, in conformational isomer, if there is a compound which give us the two structure by rotation of the carbon-carbon single bond. See, this is the three-dimensional structure, and if this compound give us the three different types or two different types by the rotation this carbon-carbon single bond, then these isomers are known as the conformational isomers. And if two or more compounds which having same molecular formula but they do not rotate around the carbon-carbon single bond, either they are having double bond, means the rotation around the carbon-carbon single bond is not possible due to the double bond. Therefore, these isomers do not rotate around carbon-carbon single bond, and they make either breaking this double bond and again the formation of carbon-carbon bond. So this is called as a conformational isomers. See here, in conformational isomers there are three types. The first one is eclipse conformation, second one is the staggered conformation, and third one is the Gauge conformation. In configurational isomer there are two types. The first one is the optical isomer and second one is the cis-trans isomer. In our syllabus we have to focus on only conformational isomer and not on the structural or constitutional isomer. Now we have to study in this chapter stereoisomers. In the stereoisomer we have to study conformational isomer and the configurational isomer in detail. Firstly, in this chapter we have to see the configurational isomer. Configurational isomers are the compounds which having double bond. For example, take here the one of the example. See, this is the carbon-carbon double bond. This is CH3. This is hydrogen. This is hydrogen, and this is the CH3. And the isomer of this compound is like this. This is CH3. Here is the CH3, this is hydrogen, and this is hydrogen. So this is but2ene compound. This is also but2ene compound. Friend, see in this compound, in this structure, the two same group, that is the methyl groups, are toward the same side of the double bond. Therefore, this is known as the cis isomer, and the name of this compound is cis but2ene. And in this structure, two same group, that is methyl group or hydrogen atom, are towards the different side of double bond, and therefore this is the trans isomer, and the name of this compound is trans but2ene. So in configurational isomer we can write this is cis trans isomer. Cis trans isomer. Where cis isomer will be formed and when trans isomer will be formed, we have to keep in mind, if there is a double bond in compound and the same group are towards the same side of the double bond, then this isomer will be the cis isomer. And if two same group are the different side of double bond, then it will be the trans isomer. And this type of isomer is known as the cis trans isomer, and the phenomenon is known as the cis trans isomerism. Now, another type of isomer in the constitutional isomer is the R and S isomer. See here, for example, we have take here the tetrahedral carbon atom. See, this is the hydrogen here, this is the hydroxyl group here, this is the Cl here, and this is the CH3 here. In R and S isomer, we have to firstly give the priority to the group which attached to the tetrahedral carbon atom. See, this is the tetrahedral carbon atom. We called it this is the chiral carbon atom because it have 4 different group. So priorities depends on the atomic number. The atom which attached to the chiral carbon atom, if having more atomic number, then it have the first priority. See, in this compound there are hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, and methyl group are here. So this chlorine having first priority, this hydrogen having second priority, oxygen having second priority, methyl group having third priority, and this hydrogen having fourth priority. So we go from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. So therefore this gives us rotation clockwise, and hence this is the R configuration, R isomer. Now the S isomer of this compound is like this. See, this is CH3, this is Cl, and this is OH. According to our earlier example, we can give here the priority. This chlorine having first priority because chlorine having more atomic number here. Then after the oxygen having second priority, methyl group having third priority, and hydrogen having fourth priority. So we move from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. So in this compound, the rotation will be counterclockwise, anti-clockwise, and hence this is the S configuration. This is all about configurational isomer. In configurational isomer, there is 2 types of isomer: cis trans isomer and R and S isomer. In this compound, we have noticed that in this example there is no carbon-carbon single bond rotation. So therefore, this is known as the configurational isomer. Now in second type, that is the conformational isomer. In conformational isomer, we can also take here the example of butane. So I write here the Sahar's relation formula of N-butane. See, this is CH3R, this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen, and this is CH3 again. So this is the N-butane structure. If we see here, the dihedral angle between this group and this group is the 0. So dihedral angle is denoted as a like this, and this is 0. Dihedral angle is 0 degree. Therefore, this is eclipse conformation. This is eclipse conformation. If we rotate this carbon-carbon single bond from the 60 degree, then we got the structure like this. This is CH3R, this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen here, this is one hydrogen, and this is the CH3, and this is another hydrogen. Now, if we measure the dihedral angle between this group and this group, then it will be the 60 degree. Dihedral angle is 60 degree. Therefore, this is gauge conformation. If dihedral angle between two same group is 60 degree, then this is known as the gauge conformation. Now, again, we have rotated this compound by 120 degree. Then, two CH3 group having dihedral angle 180. Then it will be the staggered conformation. Here, this is CH3 here. See, if this is the 120 degree rotation here about this carbon-carbon single bond. Now, this is CH3. These are the two hydrogen. Again, these are the two hydrogen, and this is the CH3. If we measure the dihedral angle between these two CH3 group, then it will be upwards near about 180 degree, and hence this is the staggered conformation. This is staggered conformation. See, these two types of isomer, that is the isomerism we have to study in this chapter, is simply explained here. In configurational isomer, there is no carbon-carbon single bond rotation, but in conformational isomer, there is carbon-carbon single bond rotation. We have to keep in mind, configurational isomers means the different compound, and conformational isomers means the same compound. All these three compounds are the same. Only there is rotation of carbon-carbon single bond. But in this case, this cis butene and trans butene are the different compound. Because there is no possibility of carbon-carbon single bond, we have to convert to cis to trans. It is necessary to break this bond and again make the double bond. Therefore, in configurational isomer, there are different compound, and in conformational isomer, there are same compound. Friend, firstly, we have to discuss about the presentation of organic molecule. If we understood how to present organic molecule, then we can draw the structure and we can identify the isomer. So firstly, we have to discuss here representation of organic molecule. In representation of organic molecule, we have to discuss some types of bond which are necessary to understand the various type of isomers. So firstly, this is the normal line bond. This is called as a normal line. Then and this is not identified, not designated. This is a dotted line, and this one is called as a baby line. One another line is also here. This is empty line. In our structure, if any group is attached to the chiral carbon atom by the normal line, then we can say that this group is on the plane. If any group is attached by the wedge line, then we can say that this group is above the plane or front side of the plane. If any group is denoted by the dotted line or empty line, then we can say that this group will be below the plane or backside the plane. Now this is wavy line. If any group is denoted by, it's shown by the wavy line, it means that the position of group is not fixed. What is meaning of this group? We have to firstly discuss here. See friend, if this is the tetrahedral structure, and in this tetrahedral structure we have to firstly see here, this is tetrahedral structure, and these are the molecules that are attached here. See, this is the tetrahedral structure in which we can well understood there is a group. See, firstly we have to place this structure in a such a way that we can pass a plane through the two group. See here, if in this structure I pass a plane through the yellow group and red group, then there is two part of then there will be the two part of this molecule is like this. Sorry, you can pass here the plane through the white and blue colored group, then the structure will be like this. See, if this is the plane of, this is plane, and this two group, see here, this two group, this one and this one group is on the plane, and this red group is in front of the plane, and this yellow group is behind the plane. So therefore we can draw here the structure If this is the chiral carbon atom, chiral carbon atom is the carbon atom which having 4 different groups. See, this is the group, this is another group here, this is another group here, and this is the 4th group here. See here, in 2-dimensional structure, the tetrahedral structure of organic compound is shown in this way. See, these 2 are the normal line, means this group are on the plane. This chlorine attached to the carbon atom by wedge line, therefore we can say that the chlorine is behind the plane or below the plane. And the hydroxyl group attached to carbon atom by wedge line, therefore we can say that this hydroxyl group is above the plane or front side of the plane. This is very important information that we have to need in the further some point. So we have to keep in mind always the group which shown by the normal line are on the plane, the group which shown by the wedge line are is the behind the plane or below the plane, and the group which shown by the wedge line is above the plane or in front of the remaining part of this chapter will be discussed in the next lecture. Thank you.